Some of these buildings downtown, the condos, they're kind of cool because maybe you never have to leave your house, or at least the building. Seen some of these places where in the lobby you just have to walk a little bit down the hall, and you got your grocery store right there. Why is one condo development not necessarily happy? They were told they were going to get a grocery store, and they're upset they got a grocery store. But what type has got them fighting mad? The name of a grocery store. They're hoping for a different one, that one, in 6 minutes' time. So, you bought your condo. I mean, and listen, there's condos everywhere. But you were quite particular about this pretty cool setup of this condo because they were going to build a full, like, not like, no offense to these, like, little, corner store, little grocery stores. You know what I mean? Where there's, like, almost in there and they've been able to squeeze in a deli counter. Those cool little, they're smaller grocery stores, but they're not like a big, full-on grocery store. But this condo that you bought, it's going to have a grocery store on the main floor. And so maybe, this is me on a Saturday. Man, I'm starving. I don't have anything in the house. I don't really feel like going grocery shopping, though, so what am I going to do? What do? I don't want to get into it. I just order food. So terribly embarrassing. So, grocery store in the lobby. Not in the lobby, but you know what I mean. It's in the same building. It's the winter time. How cool is it that you don't have to go outside? That was a unique part of why you wanted to buy that condo. So what happens if, oh man, you were thinking of like, oh, it's going to be a Metro or a Sobeys or a Loblaws, a high-end grocery store. I mean, maybe you wouldn't be as excited if it was a No Frills. No offense to No Frills. Or, what else? You got Freshco. Freshco is, so No Frills is the Loblaws no-name kind of, it's No Frills, right? Sobeys, they're, I don't want to call them cheap, but I guess cheap is, their lower one is Freshco. What would you call it, Andre?
Their mascot's name is Cheapy.
Cheapy, okay, it's cheap. If you like Sobeys, their other brand on the lower end is Freshco. And if you like Metro, their lower brand is Food Basics. So, you were hoping for a Metro. You love Metro, the deli counter. You love that. It's the Old Dominion, right? Mainly because of the meat. Oh, it still lives on for me. So, when you find out, wait a second, I thought we were getting a Metro. I thought we were going to get the higher end grocery store. That's why I bought this condo. I don't want a Food Basics. I mean, you've kind of violated the reason that I bought this condo in the first place. Do you think that is a legitimate thing to complain about? Or is that a first world problem? Is that what that is?
If you're having real problems, I feel bad for you, son. But I got first world problems like I'm all out of gum. I got a pair of socks with a tiny hole, and the last
I just wanted to play this. I really like it.
When I'm staring in my closet, sick of all my clothes, and I have some decent speakers, but none are Bose.
That doesn't even sound like me, does it?
To have all these woes, 'cause I wish I had a slightly longer garden hose. Now I'm totally falling
first world
behind
problem or legit problem? Listen, I would be upset, but. Upset enough not to move in or want to do something about it? Well, Michael Gorman is with us right now. He's in fact started a petition. And Michael, I do think it's a pretty cool idea that in the wintertime you don't even have to put a jacket on to go grocery shopping.
That's right.
So
downstairs.
When did you find out that it was going to be, like, you bought in thinking it was going to be a Metro, right?
Correct. I bought in 2010. So I've been in the neighborhood for a very long time, and for about 4 years there were signs saying Metro, Metro, coming soon, Metro, buy this condo, Metro, Metro. And then, without any warning, any notice, I noticed that the sign had come down, so I contacted the city councillor in my neighborhood, and they confirmed that the Metro was no longer, and that it was going to be a Food Basics. Now, there's nothing wrong with food basics, but just like you're saying, if you're moving into the neighborhood and you're expecting it to be a certain way, or you want to be a part of the gentrification story, and all of a sudden things kind of change without any warning, would you be upset about this? Some people are, some people aren't.
Some people, I mean, some people might be like, in my neighborhood, we got a Loblaws right across the street. Is it Freshco? Yeah. So, I mean, there's no frills up the street, but, so that's, all of those things are in my neighborhood in Leslieville. You're in the Junction. And some people would say, yeah, I want to live in the Metro neighborhood. I don't want to live in the Food Basics neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a legitimate concern that some people have, for sure.
So has anybody kind of been like, well, what's wrong? I mean, because you don't think there's anything wrong with food basics, but you are pointing out there is a difference between a food basics and a metro.
It's more about the expectation, more about holding the developer accountable for luring people to the area and then pulling the old classic bait and switch. And that's what I think, that's why I started the petition, was to get people talking about it and to make the developer and the corporation that owns Metro accountable for their actions.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with Tim Hortons. Clearly, that's why I buy my coffee. But if you like Starbucks and you were expecting a Starbucks or a high-end mom-and-pop kind of boutique, or what's that name of that place? Balzac's. If you wanted it sounds wrong. If you wanted Balzac's, then...
And you get a coffee time.
Yeah. Well, no, there's nothing wrong with coffee time. I like coffee time.
There's nothing wrong with coffee time.
Yeah. But yeah, if you were expecting something else... So what has the developer said to you?
They haven't actually spoken to me, but they were quoted in an article about this petition that they did their research, their market research, and they decided that this area was more suitable for a food basics, which is fine, but I find it very difficult to believe that they didn't do this research long before the development started.
Yeah, like they've committed to it, right? Because it's the same company. Metro and Food Basics is the same company. They've committed to it, and now they're like, oh, they've already clearly done the research if they're going to put a store in that area.
Correct.
And so, are you the only one who's bought in that building?
I mean, I don't know.
How many people you have on your petition so far? Is my point.
There are just over 200, and there are a lot of people that were that signed the petition and then left angry comments. A lot of people that signed the petition that left wonderful comments and positive comments about it. Some people sent me direct messages saying that they're really upset about this. Some people said that they're happy about this.
Does anybody think you're like a whiny kind of complainer who's splitting hairs?
Yeah, and to me, it has nothing to do with that. It's not. I'm like I said, it's more about the bait and switch. I'm happy to shop at Food Basics if that's what's available to me. But like I said earlier, I moved into the area thinking that it was going in a certain direction, gentrification.
So somebody on a text board, and people can text at 71010, thinks that you're poor shaming.
It has nothing to do with the choice between Food Basics and Metro. Like I said, it's about the developer leading people to believe one thing and then changing it midstream.
Yeah. I agree. I'm on his side, folks. Michael, good luck.
Thank you.
Giving it to the man. That guy is giving it to the man. I entirely agree with him. 416-872-1010. You bought a certain thing.